Welcome back to Iraqi Dinar Alert, your go-to source for the latest updates. The news broke quietly, but for those of us tracking the Iraqi dinar, it was impossible to miss. The Central Bank of Iraq released an important message about the exchange rate, and when officials speak, we all listen. Even a small statement can create huge waves of attention. For years, investors worldwide have kept a close eye on Iraq's currency, believing that the nation's economic future will eventually boost the dinar's value. That's why every update from Iraq's financial authorities is so significant. This time, the message from the central bank felt clearer than usual. Officials spoke about maintaining stability in the exchange rate, emphasizing that controlling inflation is their top priority. They made it plain and simple. A stable currency is the bedrock of economic growth. Now, what does this mean for different people? For everyday Iraqis, currency stability means the prices of goods and services remain predictable, which is crucial for daily life. For investors like us, it raises a lot of questions about what could be coming next. As you can imagine, the analysis started immediately. Online forums and investor groups lit up with discussions. Some experts saw the statement as a signal for long-term economic stability, a sign of confidence. Others interpreted it as a move to calm the market and manage expectations. Regardless of how you read it, the news spread like wildfire through dinar communities. Some hailed it as a strong signal for the future, while others urged patience and caution, reminding everyone to stay grounded. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Iraq's economy has been on a slow but steady path of rebuilding. Oil exports remain the lifeblood of the country's finances. When oil prices are high, Iraq's revenues increase, which strengthens its financial position and gives the central bank more firepower. A key factor here is foreign currency reserves. The central bank has repeatedly stated that its reserves are strong. These reserves are like a financial shield, giving the bank the ability to manage the exchange rate and defend the dinar's value. But of course, a currency's strength depends on more than just reserves. Things like trade levels, government spending, and the overall political climate all play a critical role in shaping financial stability. Over the last few years, Iraq has been making a concerted effort to improve its financial policies. We've seen banking reforms introduced, supported by international institutions. There's been a push for greater transparency in the financial system, and digital payment systems are slowly but surely expanding across the country. These are all pieces of a much larger plan to modernize the economy. Talk of currency reform isn't new. We've heard whispers and discussions about it before. However, officials are typically very careful with their words, avoiding dramatic promises. They communicate cautiously, and this latest statement was no different. The language was calm, measured, but still full of meaning. The main takeaway? Stability. A stable currency builds economic confidence. Think about it. Businesses need predictable exchange rates to plan their investments and operations. Investors also prefer stability over sudden, jarring changes. That's why central banks around the world move with such deliberation. Sudden currency shocks can cause serious economic problems, so a gradual, step-by-step approach is always the preferred strategy. Many dinar holders outside of Iraq have been on this journey for a long time. Some have been following this story for over a decade, holding on to their dinar as a speculative investment, while others truly believe in Iraq's powerful long-term economic potential. And why not? Iraq sits on some of the largest oil reserves in the world. Its energy exports are the foundation of its economy. As the nation continues to rebuild its infrastructure, the potential for significant economic growth is undeniable. This potential is what keeps international attention squarely focused on the dinar. The central bank is fully aware of this global interest. However, its number one job is to protect the domestic economy. The financial stability of Iraq comes first, and this message is woven into nearly every official statement they release. Even so, we all watch closely for those small hints, those subtle clues about future policy direction. Financial analysts are experts at dissecting these comments. Sometimes a single sentence can ignite major discussions, and that's exactly what seems to have happened here. Some analysts interpreted the statement as a vote of confidence in the current system. Others believe it might be hinting at future economic adjustments. The truth is likely somewhere in the middle. Economic reform is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes years of consistent progress. Banking systems need to keep improving, regulations must get stronger, and international partnerships have to grow. All of these elements work together to build a country's currency strength. For Iraq, a primary goal is rebuilding financial trust in its banks, its institutions, and most importantly, in its national currency. The central bank's message clearly reflects this long-term objective. Creating stability today is about creating opportunities for tomorrow. But let's be realistic. Predictions about currency changes are always uncertain. Currency markets are incredibly complex and can be wildly unpredictable. It's essential for all investors to be aware of the risks involved. Despite this uncertainty, hope remains strong within the dinar community. Every official update fuels that interest and keeps the conversation going. Each announcement becomes another chapter in a much larger story. The story of a nation rebuilding its economy and restoring financial confidence. So, what's the final word on the future of the Iraqi dinar? It will depend on a multitude of factors coming together over time. But for now, the message from Iraq's financial leaders is crystal clear. Stability comes first, and progress will happen one step at a time. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more updates as they happen. We'll see you in the next video.